The perfect parent does not exist and will never exist. Never. Hey sluts, and welcome back to another video. If you guys haven't followed me on my Instagram or TikTok, it'll be somewhere up on the screen. Go ahead and follow me, you guys. And what are we going to be talking about today? This is a topic for all of my moms and dads out there. Hey, moms and dads, hey, this is for y'all. I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about, but isn't talked about enough. I know that like a lot of mothers in like the mom groups will speak about this sometimes and touch on it and have discussions on it, but I feel like we need to have more of a conversation about it because it's very important. A lot of you guys may be asking, are you a parent? Fuck no, I'm not a parent. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Some people don't want to have kids. That is totally normal, you guys. That is, come on now. When you're a first-time mom or a first-time dad, you want everything to be perfect, or at least up to perfection. You know, you want to keep your baby safe. You want to make sure you're doing everything right. You want to make sure you're feeding them correctly. You want to make sure you get the right baby seat, you know, everything. You want to make sure your child is not too cold, you know, especially if you have a winter baby. A lot of these things happen and you just want the best for your child, or at least I would hope most parents would want the best for their child. Obviously, there are some parents out there that are just not meant to be parents. What I want to preach in here today is that you will never be the perfect parent. The perfect parent does not exist. You'll have your ups and downs. Being a parent, you're gonna have to learn, and your whole entire life changes. Oh my God, your whole entire life changes. Last year, I was hanging out with 3 pregnant women. It was my friends. 3 pregnant women that got pregnant around like maybe a month apart. But they were pregnant, so I was hanging out with them all the time. We were going out to eat, you know, everything, right? And 2 of them were gonna be a first-time mom, and the other one wasn't a first-time mom. And first-time mothers, it is, oh my gosh, I truly cannot and will never imagine how hard that shit is. That is like one of the hardest things ever in life, because you're always constantly worrying about this and that, and just making sure that your child is safe. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that your child is safe and is around good people and good hands. You want to protect your child. That's what you want to do. Don't beat yourself up. Never beat yourself up, because you truly 100% will never be the perfect parent. The perfect parent does not exist. You're not going to get everything right. You're not going to, you know, do everything perfect and great the first try. There is no handbook on how to be the perfect parent and how to do everything correctly and oh, this and that. And sometimes you're gonna fuck shit up and do shit wrong. Sometimes you just are. That's okay. That is okay. You shouldn't beat yourself up too hard, especially if you're a first-time parent. You should never beat yourself too hard about it, because again, this is your first time. You think if I got on a bicycle and I've never ridden a bicycle, I'd be a pro at it? No, I'm gonna practice, I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna learn, you know, maybe I shouldn't tilt this way, maybe I should just keep it straight, oh, here's how I should move, you know. Same goes for having a child and raising a child. There is no handbook on how to be the perfect parent and blah, blah, blah. And maybe you're questioning it. Maybe there are some mothers out there and fathers that are out here like, oh, fuck, like, this shit is hard. This shit is hard. I wish I could have someone to help me. I wish I was doing everything right. And don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. As long as you're protecting your child, that's all that matters. You know, protect your child, feed your child, give your child the necessities that they need. And that's it. Everything else you'll learn, you'll come across. And honestly, speak with other parents. That's also a great part. You know, speak with parents who have had 2 children, 3 children. You speak with the parents, because you're going to get a lot more information from them that you're going to take, and it's going to help you. It's going to help you. You can apply it. I don't know if there's like groups for parents on, Facebook there might be. I have no idea, to be honest. But yeah, I always recommend, you know, hey, reach out and talk to other parents. Get their opinion. See how, like, when their child turned 2, how that was like, because everyone's heard of the terrible 2s. It's also very important to have a community. I really preach about how much we as a society yearn and crave a community. Everybody wants to be a part of some community and feel like they belong somewhere. And when it comes to being a parent, I mean, no joke, I've seen it. It truly does take a village to raise a child. It truly does. And your village has to be very important. And you gotta be picky about who you pick to be in your village and help you out. There may be some parents out there that their parents probably weren't good or aren't a part of their lives anymore and they can't help. It's very important to find community. Put yourself out there. It's very important, especially when you're pregnant. Ask questions. No question is too stupid. No question is too stupid. I mean, honestly, feel free to ask questions. Find community because you need it. As a first-time parent, you need it, and you're not going to be perfect. You never will be. You will never be the perfect parent. You could have your 5th, 6th child. You'll never be perfect because at some point, from birth to 18 years old, something's going to happen that you're going to be like, what the fuck? What do I do? You know? And sometimes you'll fuck up. You got to be okay with accepting that you're going to fuck up and mess up. And that's okay, whether that's the early years, teenage years, whenever. And you never stop being a parent. Let's really talk about that. Just because your child is 18 doesn't mean that you yourself are gonna ever stop being a parent. You will never. You will always be a parent. Always to them. Sometimes you'll see parents out there that have like 3, 4 kids and you're like, oh my God, I bet it's easier for them now. And sometimes it will be, absolutely. I think as you have more children, you'll learn a lot more and you'll be able to apply that, you know, with each child. But you will not be able to know everything. Nobody knows everything and no, we don't know everything. We're not perfect. We're gonna fuck up. You're gonna fuck up. And hey, that's okay. That is okay. As long as you protect your child, that is okay. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna fuck up when your child's a teenager. Oh my God. You're gonna fuck up when your child is a teenager. You know, you're gonna say some shit that you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that to my child. But how you handle it and how you deal with that is gonna make a difference. That's really what it is. I'm sure, and all the parents watching this, I'm sure each of you have a story of a time you fucked up. Or of a time where something didn't go the way you had planned it to. Or you had a feeling like, fuck, I'm an awful parent. Kids are stressful. Kids are stressful. I see it a lot. I see it a lot with my friends who are parents and moms and dads. I see it a lot. Kids are stressful. They will stress you out. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. But it doesn't mean you're a perfect one either. Everyone around is just learning how to live and move through life. You know, when I was growing up, I thought adults knew it all. I thought adults knew it all. And come to find out, they fucking don't. Oh my God. Adults don't know what's going on. They don't know it all. That's the crazy part. Everybody is just living life and existing in the moment. We don't have all the answers. Neither do parents. It is important to find a community and never feel embarrassed to ask questions. No question is fucking stupid, because I'm sure every first parent has been there where they're like, oh yeah, when I had my first child, I had that question too, and blah, 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 blah. We're all just trying to help each other out. And honestly, when it comes to parents, it's good to help each other out. That's how you learn from each other. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you need to let out a good cry, let out a good cry. Shit can be stressful sometimes. Shit can really be stressful sometimes. And that is 100% understandable. There may be some people out there that don't know how to change a diaper. You know what I mean? There may be some people out there that are like, oh my God, how the fuck do I do this? Ask. It's never bad to ask for help on something that you don't know about. I feel like people are so afraid to feel or sound stupid. Don't. You don't know. And if you don't ask, what if you do it the wrong way? You know what I mean? And even if you do, you'll learn. It is okay. And then sometimes people are, you know, like you see those videos. I've always heard of mom shaming. You know what I mean? Like, that happens. And in some cases, yeah. But in others, it's like, Because I've heard of that. I've heard of shaming. And then, and then you see some parents be like, well, Stacy's child, I don't know how Stacy raised her, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And it's just like a lot of the gossip and shit and blah, 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 and whatnot. And honestly, fuck that shit. Oh my God. The gossip that some parents have, because some parents will feel like they're better than other parents and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're not. It's like if we were to look within, But you will never be the perfect parent. That is 100% okay. Do your best, try your best, be there for your child, protect your child, build a community, build your own village to help out. Because I'm telling you, it takes a village. It fucking takes a village and more. And some people out there, they don't have help. And if you don't have help, the internet's a great way as well. You know what I mean? The internet is a great way to find so much information and to learn so many things. I'm sure there's videos out there showing you how to put a diaper on a baby. They probably use a baby doll and they're like, this is how you do it. The internet is a great source to figure out how to do stuff. The internet is full of tutorials. That will help you. But you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. I see a lot of parents on TikTok and like social media and stuff where they're really hard on themselves and they're like crying and they're stressing and stuff like that. And sometimes you need to let out a good cry. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to let it out. So don't be too hard on yourself. You will never be the perfect parent. That doesn't exist. And that's okay. That's okay, because if you were the perfect parent, how do we learn? How do we grow? How do we maneuver through stuff? And even then, there's still some things that people are like, what? How am I going to move through life doing this with my child? How am I going to tackle this issue? And I'm not talking about just the early years. This goes into teenage years, you guys. I'm sure there's some parents out there right now watching this that have teenagers. So, remember, you're doing fine, sweetie. You're doing amazing. You're doing what you can. Just be there for your child. Cry when you need to, let it out. I always say it's never healthy to bottle your emotions, and you need to release it, because you're going to tense up and release it. It's okay to cry. It's okay. You're a first-time parent, like a second-time parent. It happens. It's hard. But you will never be the perfect parent. Never. And that's okay. That is 100% okay. Alright, well that is it for this video, you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys like it. Like I said, all my social media is going to be down below, you guys. And you know what, parents out there, tell me your stories. Comment your stories down below. What was a time where you were super stressed out? What was something that you didn't know? We could help other parents out. You know what I mean? We could always do that. Hold my hands and we'll say this together. I will not accept a life I do not deserve. And I will see you guys in the next video.